Greetings everyone, my name is Western Ninja 11 and today I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of the brand new for 2024 Disney Pixar Cars Global Races Cup Francesco Bernoulli. Now this variation of Francesco is of course from the brand new subline in the 155 diecast line, that of course being the Global Races Cup series that Mattel has launched this year. So before we get into the diecast vehicle itself, let's take a quick look at the packaging. There's a clear see-through breast where you can see Francesco. On this side here it tells you that the vehicle is made of metal. And on the other side it tells you that's for ages 3 and up, and that's made by Mattel. On the bottom you can read his name, Francesco Bernoulli. On the side here we can see his number 1, and also that he's from the Global Races Cup. Down here we have this hexagon pattern going along here on a red background. The top half here shows a edited image of a promo artwork of Francesco from Cars 2. And you can see the background here of the Global Races Cup racetrack. In the background there you can actually see Village Butte. And there's a little grandstand there. Yeah, it looks really cool. And just like the packaging for the McQueen, the card right here is like cut off for whatever reason. No, still have no idea what the point of that was, but okay. Here we have the Global Races Cup logo, and on the other side we have the Disney Pixar Cars logo. Take a look on the back, we have a prototype image of Francesco, his name Francesco Bernoulli in 4 different languages. We have the Global Races Cup logo again, and we also have the exact same artwork as on the other side. However, it's a bit zoomed in case you can tell. And yeah, that's basically about it. So now, let's crack him open. And here we have the Global Races Cup Francesco Bernoulli out of the packaging. Now then, let's get on to his appearance and his releases. Now for appearance, well, there's basically nothing because this Francesco is from this Global Races Cup line, of course, which is not canned to any kind of Cars media in any way, so that's about it for that. And as for releases, this is currently the only release of this Francesco. So that's about it. Now that all of that out of the way, let's go into the review of Global Races Cup Francesco Bernoulli. Take a look on the front here, you can see that he has a smiling expression with red eyes. The 2 fenders on the front here are a nice black, and they also have a little light blue trim going along them. Looks very nice. Take a look on the side here, you can see that Francesco's body is painted in red, white and green, as a reference to the Italian flag, of course, and it's a pretty interesting design choice, I quite like it honestly. You can see his tires, the Pasta Potenza Rotelli tires. His front 2 rims are red and the back 2 are green. His number 1 is up here on this little piece above his cockpit. You can see this black undercarriage going along his side as well, along with the little blue stripe, and we can also see the exact same hexagon pattern going along his body, just like we saw on McQueen. And you can see the GRC logo on the side of his spoiler, which is also green on this side. And we can also see Ride Ravioli written on his side. Take a look on the back, we can see that his spoiler is completely black for the most part. This little section here is painted green. And the top part of his spoiler is also black with the GRC logo on it. And his color scheme is identical on both sides. He also has a blue number 1 and the Italian flag on his hood. And it also appears that unfortunately my copy has some black spots on his hood. And a little blemish right there in the middle. So that kinda sucks. Now for a little comparison, I have brought out my original Francesco Bernoulli from 2011 to do a little comparison with it. Now as we can see, both these guys mostly share the same color scheme, that being red, white and green, because Francesco is from Italy, of course, and those are the colors of the Italian flag. But yeah, as you can see, they did change the expression a bit. You see they changed his eyelids right there. However, from what I can tell, they didn't change his mouth in any way. It's interesting. And the weird thing about the China Francesco is that his little cockpit was actually kind of loose. I remember constantly messing with this. However, it appears that the people over at Thailand realized this little issue, I guess, and they decided to fix it because I cannot move this at all. It does not want to move at all. So yeah, it's good on them. A nice little extra detail that they decided to add is that, as you can see, on the China Francesco they simply painted his rims in red and called it a day. Whereas the people at Thailand over here actually decided to paint in the insides of his little rims black. I think it looks really good. Nice little piece of detail that they added. It really helps bring the model to life. It makes him look even more realistic. And in case you didn't know, Francesco here is one of the few diecasts that barely has any metal. Being a diecast, he's mostly made of plastic. He's very light. It's definitely one of the lightest cars in the entire line. This whole section is definitely metal, but for the most part, I mean, some metal going along the back. Maybe like his cockpit is made of plastic, his spoiler is made of plastic. Also these little sections on the back, as well as these two pieces in the front, they're all plastic. That kind of space. However, this guy here, the Thailand version, this Glover's Cup version, is a bit heavier than this one. They must have added a bit of metal. I'm not entirely sure where they added it. Though it could be that they used metal in the same spots as they used on this guy, except they made the metal a bit thicker, and that's why he's heavier. Oh, look at that! Whoopsie. Let's take a look on the bottom. You can see that this new Francesco is actually held together with screws. That's interesting, because the original China version only had the screw on the back. The front two bits were held in with rivets. And it's a really interesting little design choice on this guy. So I mean, hey, if you're bored, you can take them apart and put them back together again. Of course, I thought I should bring out the Global Racers Cup Lightning McQueen that I opened in my last review. Show them off side by side. And yeah, it's interesting seeing the designs because they actually look pretty different from one another. Because it's pretty interesting to see that McQueen's design was different on both sides. You can see on this side he had this lightning bolt, the signature lightning bolt, and the big 95, as on this side he didn't. But Francesco here is definitely a simpler design, I'd say, because he's identical on both sides. Well, that's fine. As you can see, he has the hexagon pattern going along. It's a bit hard to make out with the colors, but it's most visible on the green and the red, like on his little hat here. Also, I'm not entirely sure, maybe the paint rubbed off a bit there. I don't know what caused that. But yeah, and McQueen, of course, I already showed, but McQueen also has this hexagon pattern. So yeah, it looks like all of these Global Racers Cup races will have this little hexagon pattern thing going along them. Yeah, and they both have these little light blue outlines on them, and the numbers are both colored in blue, although Francesco's numbers colored in a much lighter shade of blue than McQueen. Yeah, it's just nice to see these guys together. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I will indeed go ahead and buy all of these cars. I mean, they look pretty cool. Anyways, that was my review of the Disney Pixar Cars Global Racers Cup Francesco Bernoulli. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will make sure to see you all next time. Goodbye.